And I guess we're live. Yeah.
Brown 45! Brown 45! Hot, 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 hot!
Of commercial-free football start now.
Where the fuck's Cody? Where were you?
I don't know. I got put in the back. I don't know what happened. Welcome back to the Hit Stick Podcast. 22 weeks, me, Mark, and Nazario have ran this ship. Co-host probably on like 7 or 8. Scully's like on 5 or 6. Caster's been there, and it's all the people I see on screen. But on that note, we had a great AFC and NFC championship game. One person on this call has to apologize for their sins and their awful, awful etiquette. We will get to that in a second. But we have our two teams. The logo has been, the myth has been debunked. It is the Chiefs and the Niners rematch of Super Bowl, whatever that number was, 2019, right? Right? It's the year before the pandemic.
It was the 19th season, 2020 Super Bowl.
2020 Super Bowl. I thought it was, that doesn't sound right. But maybe I'm. Because I thought the COVID Super Bowl was
the Buccaneers.
No. The COVID season was the one the Niners, like, everybody died on the field and we just didn't even make the playoffs.
That's right. Okay. First on the show, Nazario, you can talk in a little bit about your team, but how are you overall?
I'm fucking relieved. Like, what the fuck has been happening with the Niners in the playoffs? Like, the season was a breeze. Every time they went into a slump, I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's just because mid-season, whatever. They get to the fucking playoffs, and it's like everybody decides to fucking show up that they can beat the shit out of the Niners for 2 quarters. Thank God it's for 2 quarters. So I'm feeling pretty lucky to be where I am. And yeah, scares fucking shitless about what's going to happen in 2 weeks. But I have faith. I have faith.
Yeah, you're going up against Thanos, so we'll see how that works. Next up, Mark Menchaca, my good friend, my mustache-wheeling Texas University fan. How you doing?
Could be better. You know, I just, you know.
Like if you played a trivia match and didn't get lied to about the players you're playing against, it would be interesting.
I mean, that's like maybe 5%, and then the weekend just just drilled me. Like maybe I just don't know football. That's not true. I know football.
Regular season football.
Just nothing makes sense in the playoffs. Just nothing makes sense in the playoffs. There's weird shit happens, and then you have to sit there and then watch. Just like two teams just fumble around with their dicks for 45 for 4 hours. Like you just don't know what's going on. Don't know. Whatever. We'll get there.
It's fair. Next up on the show, because I'm going to save the worst person for last. Voldemort. He has betrayed me. We're not really good friends right now. He's ruined trust with me, so he's going to have to build that back up. But your team overall got the best in the offseason. Like, holy hell, the Eagles keep getting good things. Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, just exactly who you need to rewrite that offense. Even even Kellen Moore with the Chargers and only having Justin Herbert for 10 games had like the 7th ranked offense from overall. They're still a great offense. He's a great coordinator. So yeah. How's it going, Voldemort?
I'm excited about one of those hires.
Hmm.
Not really the other one. We can talk about that later. I'm not really excited about
Big Fangio.
Not really excited about Fangio, to be honest with you.
Fuck you. He was great with the Niners.
Fangio's the one?
Yeah, Fangio.
Fangio would be the one. That's
Fangio's the one you're worried about?
Kellen Moore was also the guy that called Ezekiel Elliott behind center. Just that was his call. He's created to a fault.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that.
That's fair. And next up, so there are people in sports that do not believe in what's the word I'm looking for? Karma, saying things too soon, cursing stuff. So it was 24-7 at halftime for the Lions 49ers. Coho decided to drop in the chat. I thought you said that if you guys had Purdy last year, that you guys would make it to the Super Bowl. I proceed to respond, shut the fuck up, Coho. Like, I wanted to try to reverse it as best. It was over in a matter of moments. They came out, pulled down Detroit's pants, and just spanked their asses. It was disgusting. Coho, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't call game that early in the game. Like, what? Not only 24-7. I don't know how old were you when 28-3 happened?
That's nice, Bill. I saw that. I watched that live.
What?
Yeah, I mean, the worst one is
this is on you. The blood for Detroit fans is on you.
Good. I fucking hate the Lions. It's fine.
Nice
I
job,
don't care. I don't care. But I will apologize that I cursed the Lions because I would have rather seen the Lions than the 49ers, to be honest with you, because at least it'd be interesting. And then I wanted to watch the Lions just die in the Super Bowl, just get absolutely their hopes crushed in live television on the biggest stage. It would have been amazing. But 49ers took out a rival, and I'm okay with that. I can live with that. But yeah, spoke too soon. And what's worse is the biggest comeback in NFL history is made by the Minnesota Vikings. So if anyone should know that a game is not over at halftime, it should be me. So that's on me.
Is that the biggest one? Like,
the greatest comeback in NFL, like by score, is the Vikings over the Colts.
Okay, but you said in playoff history.
I thought it was the 49ers coming back against the Giants, like in the early 2000s.
No, they said it all over that game. The record is now the Vikings.
Okay, so here we go. So we'll talk. We are also doing a draft. Scully's not here, so Scully will technically not be in participation with this. He can join up with somebody's team, whoever he feels strongest. It's going to be like our fantasy league for this. It's going to be a quarterback. It's going to be 2 running backs. It's going to be 2 wide receivers. Maybe a tight end. I don't know. We'll talk about it. If we want to do 6 legs, we can do 6 legs. But basically, we'll compete against each other on this show, not head-to-head, just overall points. I haven't think about the full points, but it won't be very difficult to check from what normal fantasy league is. So we'll start with the first game. It was the Chiefs versus the Ravens. I've been on this since the playoffs started. I have been very pro Chiefs. I have, and I understand everybody wanting it to be different and everybody thinking it was going to be different and thinking they were
morons.
Correct. Scully and Mark basically doubted them the entire way, which, again, if you go off regular season, you would be correct. The difference is this ain't the fucking regular season. They go to the AFC Championship game. They've been there for 5 years. Nothing was going to stop them this year. And now you just built the resume for Patrick Mahomes even more. He's now won 2 games on the road against two of the toughest teams in the playoffs at that point. And it doesn't really matter about Patrick Mahomes at this point. That defense is fucking terrifying. And I don't think if I was the 49ers, I would not be as worried about the offense. I would be more worried about facing that defense. That defense is very difficult to play. The game ended up being 17 to 10. The game really should have been like 26 to like 10. They had chances in the red zone. They should have just kicked the field goal. They were cute on different plays. They're going for it on fourth down. The Ravens really were never in contention, like at all. They came down with that Zay Flowers thing. He got punched out of the taunted over Snead. I'm also pro taunting. I believe if you're a millionaire, you should be able to literally hump their face if you want. If you won like the battle, I do not care. I want you fully in their face and calling them a bitch. I don't care. They're grown men. Like, let it happen. The Ravens beat themselves. That offensive head coordinator should be put on a rocket ship and sent to a different planet. They had the number one rushing offense. They ran the ball 4 times on second down. They threw the ball 25 times on second down. That's just inexcusable. I don't know where you thought you would be able to run against. I know that they only held them to 81 yards rushing, which is very good against that team, but they also didn't give them a ton of opportunities on that. Zay Flowers going to be a future Hall, like a good player throughout, and he's going to be one of those players. He's a great, great guy, but too young in the moment. But basically, everybody, it was Rent's like, this is the same scenario, everybody. Last year, they lost Tyreek Hill. They weren't going to be good. They're not doing this. They can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Kelsey and Travis go into the playoffs or whatever. I said that wrong twice. Mahomes and Kelsey both went in the playoffs and goes, we'll see. Sure. This year, they're dropping catchers. They're not playing well. They're an awful offense. Blah,
They don't
blah,
have
blah.
Eric Bieniemy.
Bet. And they went in and they literally handled all teams. Like, even against Buffalo, the Buffalo ran 31 more plays than the Chiefs and still lost that game. How do you run 31 plays in the NFL and not beat?
I still gotta say though that the one team that could have been the Chiefs was the Bills. It's the one time I picked against the Chiefs in the playoffs, and it was just the Bills being the Bills that cost them that game. To be fair,
likely that tight end should be shot in the what? Why would you signal that you're wide open in triple coverage, and everybody on sports crying for flags? They ran into each other in the end zone, and it was an underthrown ball. You're never getting that call, even if it was hit. Like, what are we doing? It was just a sloppy game. That horrible roughing the passer, the rough, unnecessary roughness, when all he had to do was jump across the neutral zone for 5 yards. Instead, he hit him for 15 and just moved it. Like, it was just dumb plays. They knew how to play them, and they knew how to get in their head. Chris Jones is terrifying. He's a terrifying man. So overall, the Chiefs did what I knew the Chiefs were going to do as soon as it happened. They were going for it, and they won. Yeah, he's Thanos. He's literally Brady is the greatest quarterback is the greatest quarterback. 7 Super Bowls, hard to deny. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen play the position, and it's not even close. He literally had a scalpel out, and he literally dissected the number one defense on that first drive like it was nothing. And smart plays, they didn't even have to show any more of their offense. They had to show nothing more. They get to keep everything in. Steve Spagnuolo and Andy Reid, you're giving them a week to prepare. That's gross. Good luck. Good luck, Niners. You're going to need it. Overall takeaways from the game, we'll start with Mark. You prayed for the downfall all season, basically, and including the playoffs. What happened?
I mean, I can't, not gonna hit it because not gonna blame myself too hard. because this shit is not my fault. It's not my fault that 6 other teams in the AFC playoffs didn't want to go to the Super Bowl. They just did not want to go. And the Chiefs were like, you know what? If you let us, we're gonna do it. Just watch. And the Bills were like, nah, we're better than you. Don't worry, we can take care of business. And look what happened. They got their fucking asses smacked. And the Ravens, like, they're acting like they acted like they didn't have a fucking game plan. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, this is the AFC Championship game. Like, I mean, yeah, the Chiefs have not looked like the Chiefs all year, but you gotta be ready to fucking play them. Like, I don't understand what.
I know who number 87 was on the team.
I mean, where was that shit? Like, he's been bad all year too. Like, he hasn't been great all year either. And what do you know? He has his best game of the year. Like, just it played out kind of how you thought it would play out if the Ravens went in this like cocky bastards, which is what they did. I thought they would have been prepared to play this game. It felt like they were prepared to play this game when they smacked the Texans, because that's what they did. They easily handled that team. Thought, okay, this is a different team, and there we go. Like, it just blows my mind that here we are again. And also, I think maybe the only thing that I at least regret, just because we're looking back, and if my future self would have told past me, hey, the Chiefs are just going to bench Kadarius Toney the entire playoffs. You think that changed anything? Like, it might. That would help.
He came on Instagram Live and said he's healthy. They're just keeping him out. Yeah, you think, buddy?
Yeah.
That was the
like, we all didn't already know that. Like, what are you talking about, man? We know you're not fucking hurt. They just don't want you on the fucking field. Like, they realized that the Giants were right.
Vegas called and said, please take him out of the game. We want to put you in a more favorable line. Because if you track up he had 14 interceptions this year, Tony was responsible for at least like 4 or 5 of those interceptions from just tipping them off his hands. Yeah. Coho was on the bandwagon with me on this one a little bit. Didn't have as much confidence down the stretch. He still bet minimal, which is going to make it the last game of the season very interesting. And again, I will tease this next week. Like, I'm going to try to do like 25 props between all of us. Big spreadsheet. Everything, we'll track it during watching the live game together. Everything will be there, and then we will. I may go like, if anybody. I don't know what everybody's Super Bowl plans. If anybody doesn't have a party, we may talk about it, like watch along. But overall, being able to track. But there's like props, singing the national anthem, how long this, what's going to happen here, guest performances at the halftime, like all that stuff. We're gonna have a full thing. But Koho, you were on the same bandwagon. Chiefs. Yeah.
I guess the reason I didn't bet more, and I wish I did, is because I don't think the Bills are good. I don't think the Bills are a great team. I knew the Chiefs.
That is such a fucking crap take.
The Bills are not good. They have one of the worst head coaches in football. It's the reason the Bills won't get there. McDermott's bad. Anyway, I knew they were going to beat the Bills. I bet conservatively in case the Chiefs combusted. And I kept betting conservatively because I wasn't sure if I believed the Chiefs would beat the Ravens, but I thought the Chiefs would win. If the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl and they're in the championship game, it's going to happen. So I just put the points down. I think the Chiefs in that game proved to me that they are the best team standing in this run. That defense is the best defense in the league. And if the Chiefs are smart, they will pay Chris Jones all the money in the goddamn world and a big extension to keep him, because he is so freaking scary. I also I couldn't help but grin when MVS made the game-sealing catch. I just thought that was fun, just to come full circle for him to have that moment. I like the Chiefs. I've always kind of just liked the Chiefs in the Mahomes era. I know people are annoyed and sick of them, and all the weird people online who give a shit about the Taylor Swift shit. I'm at the point.
So dumb.
It's so dumb. I'm at the point where I'm like, I just kind of feel bad for the Chiefs with how much people just rag on them. And so I hope
bad.
They might win their third Super Bowl in 4 years.
as a
Who
team,
cares?
they don't need my sympathy. They're clearly a Super Bowl dynasty. But the thing that I'm
If it
annoyed
wasn't
by is
for Tom Brady, they could be going for their fifth ring right
they
now.
could be, and I'm okay with that because I like these guys. I like them.
They
I
would have
love Andy
smashed
Reid.
the Rams, and if they could, the Bucks are still the Bucks. I think they still think they lose to the Bucks, but with that offensive line, they're Swiss cheese. But like,
No, like they have been consistently the best team in football for like 6 years because of Mahomes, and I think that's people are sick of that. But like, he's just so good, and I think
but
that's
your statement is like, I feel bad for Jeffrey Bezos. Why do you feel bad? The motherfucker's got everything. Like,
fair point. I'm more so just irritated by how much unnecessary shit they're getting for things that don't matter.
oh, I
And I'm
agree.
like,
That's
like,
just guys that are upset about,
right. But it's
they
just, I'm
can't
at
go
that
along.
point where I just hope they win so they can just
How
crown
you
them
can
as-
even blame the Taylor Swift stuff on the Chiefs or anything is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
She doesn't get a choice on the screen. What are you talking about? Like,
She's
they
literally
show
just
it.
there to watch her boyfriend play football. Leave her the fuck alone. Like,
But here we go. I will
But
just
will
let
she make it back in time for the Super Bowl?
she will.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
because
be
she's
in
performing at the
Japan.
halftime show.
stop it.
Well, the halftime. Well, just to let you know, yes,
That's one of the
the
prompts.
time difference is like massive in Japan. Like it's like 16 hours ahead of us. So they'll
Yeah,
be
like
behind.
her concert is gonna be over by what, like 10 a.m. Saturday our time.
Yeah, so she will be in and sleeping in Las Vegas before the Super Bowl. She'll be fine. What I will say is there is something that the hit stick, if anybody hasn't watched this, Nazario and Coho are the tension between both of them are very high. The anger for both of them is very high. As I quoted Nazario, he was talking a bunch of shit. They've had a bunch of conversations through our chat. And to quote Nazario, bring your wallet. Put your money where your mouth is.
And he has not
He
yet.
never wants to, and I always offer.
Rosario, Super Bowl I will. I'll bring my wallet.
Sure.
Super Bowl's on.
Next one up, Voldemort. What was your take on this game?
I saw a couple of crazy stats. Like, the Ravens ran the ball 8 times. Something like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Because the Chiefs had like the 4th best passing defense or something like that in the entire year, and something like maybe the 16th best running defense. And the run game was the Ravens' best feature on the offense. You had people just like random people that no one's ever heard of running the ball down people's throats. And you went away from that, and fucking Harbaugh is like, yeah, that we went with the plan that we had. That was your plan? The dumbest plan I've ever heard, Harbaugh. Yeah, I think when I was last on, I also picked the Chiefs to win this because you can't bet against Reed, Mahomes, and Kelsey in the playoffs. Kelsey, didn't he like pass Jerry Rice's record of most catches? Yeah, in playoff history.
He holds the record for most playoff catches of all time, or something like that.
Yeah, it's 152.
Yep.
Like,
Stupid.
you can't bet against the Chiefs, and if you don't come with the best game plan that you can, they're gonna eat you, and that's what they did.
Yeah, Nazario, you didn't know it at the time, but you knew if your team got through it, this would be the team that you would be playing. I'm guessing. I think if you honestly on paper before the match started, I think you kind of wanted the Chiefs because of what the Ravens did to you on Christmas.
I still kind of wanted the Chiefs.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I understand. I understand.
Sometimes it's about matchups, man. Like, I rather have a matchup against the Chiefs where even if they have been playing better, our more iffy secondary has a better chance with their more iffy wide receivers.
Sure.
And if you're going to go against one of the best defenses that the Chiefs do have, you want to have options. And hey, we have options. So I think overall it's a better matchup than the Baltimore Ravens. Even though I will openly admit they got the better of us on Christmas, I don't think it was as bad as a whooping as everybody make it out to see. I think we could have had a shot too, but I didn't want to try my luck there again. So maybe next year we'll beat the shit out of the Ravens. We'll have to just beat the Chiefs this year.
You know, you said earlier that the Bills were the only team that could have beaten the Chiefs, and
From the AFC.
I disagree, because there is one team that has beaten the Chiefs, and the Ravens took out Joe Burrow for the rest of the season. So the Ravens kind of the entire AFC by doing that.
No, I agree. Right now, Burrow does get the thing, but I think it just proves how far the list is on, like, the number 1 and number 2 quarterback in the league is really that far. Like, it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not close. Like, Lamar's going to win the MVP this year, and rightfully stat-wise, sure. But, like, the thing is, every week we sat on here, I still think Purdy probably has a good call.
I would say McCaffrey.
This is the MVP, boy.
Yeah, we did it. We did it with the head-to-head, and that was the decision. But overall, I think Purdy had a great season. But here's my take on it. Every week the Chiefs came out and we talked, oh my God, these drop passes, all these stupid plays, all this moment, blah, blah. And every one of them goes, trust the guys in the locker room. They will get the job done. We're not leaning towards anybody else. This is the group. We'll be fine. And everybody's like, yeah, okay, fucker, you dumbass. Like, you're not going to be fine. You're going to be losing. You're going to be the first round exits. And they were fine. It's just what it is. Found weapons, 11 catches for 11 targets for Kelsey. Even one play that he had to, like, reach out and go. He was in their faces, too. He's pissing off Justin Tucker before the play. That was great. Like, Justin Tucker, you're a cock. Like, that's on you, buddy. Like, get the fuck away from his legs, you idiot. And they were both back and forth being dicks. Next game, I have defended this next guy a lot. I'm done defending it. It's careless. It's stupidity. It is dumb. Dan Campbell needs to get out of his own fucking way. You kicked the fucking field goal. You kicked the fucking field goal. What are you doing? Because guess what at the end of the game that you were chasing? The fucking field goal. What are you doing? It's so stupid that you play that way. And every player, like, offensively, like, couldn't touch. They became the Chiefs in the second half. There was a play. We were all chatting in our chat about it. Nazario was, like, disgruntled and angry and sad, blah, blah, blah. They had literally, it was 3rd and 12. They didn't pass it. They handed it to Gibbs, and he ran it for 12 yards. Just a big, horrible clock management, terrible everything. Like, it was kind of a disgusting performance in the second half of the Lions. Like, but it concerns me for the 49ers because they've started slow against Jordan Love and the Packers, which are a young, inexperienced team. They started young against a young, inexperienced team in the Lions. You start out slow in the Super Bowl, your ass is going to not come back. And that's what the problem, like, and you have way too much fucking talent. Like,
yeah.
Here's the problem. If you drop this year, if you drop this Super Bowl, how long do you hold on to Shanahan? Yes, he's probably the second, third best coach in the NFL. But Andy Reid was the best head coach for Philadelphia and couldn't grab the ring. At some point, push come to shove, someone's got to go. You have to win this one. If you don't, I don't know, but I don't understand Dan Campbell's play. If I was the kicker, I'd have kicked Dan Campbell right in the ass. I'd be like, what the fuck? I'm on the fucking team. We need a kick. I know, like, I'm not Moody on the other side. I didn't miss one of this fucking game. Like, can I kick it?
And the stupid thing about it is that Moody's like 85%, but it feels like he's 50-50.
Right. Yeah.
It's just
It's,
the thing is, like, what I would say about this is like, I get the first time. I get when you want to just fucking dig that shit in. Like, hey, I don't want to go back 17 again. I want to be, 3 fucking touchdowns, 21 points. Fine. You fucked it up. Cool. Next time, when you're actually down by 3 and you get to kick a fucking field goal to tie the game, maybe fucking take it. This is ridiculous, the way that man thinks. And you would think he would have learned from that fucking Cowboys game, but he did not.
I give you the credit for being like aggressive. Like every coach will give you that aggressive thing. But when you're playing, you may not be playing tomorrow. This is your last game. Secure what you have. Like, and like, not to go back to the Chiefs, but like, one of the stats I found was the grossest about the Chiefs. In the second half, in the last 8 games, they've allowed 4 points. Like, max 4 points a game, which doesn't even make sense in math-wise in football because why there's 4. But 4, like, combined 4 points, like, overall, like, that's it. That's insanity. Second half adjustments, that's disgusting. But that's the same thing. I would give the 49ers the same credit for the difference. Their second half adjustments in coming out and offensively, they finally figure shit out and they're able to go and they're able to stop catching. And I'm so confused with this game because like everything's telling me, which we'll talk full in-game talk next week, like when we're leading up to it. So we won't waste so much time on the talk. But I think this is such an interesting Super Bowl. You're making Mahomes plus money. He's the underdog in this match. +2 against them, +105 on the money line, which I think is crazy. But what were your guys' take on overall this game in Detroit? Because I mean, I also don't blame Dan Campbell. I blame Caleb Coho mainly because he did just and like Purdy silenced everybody. He silenced everybody. Everybody said, oh, blah, blah, blah. And he comes out the second half and is not the same quarterback at all. He's dropping dimes where he needs to drop them. Everybody's open and catching balls. Like he's that Ayuk. He did get bailed out by Ayuk. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Like, that's the one thing. He did get lucky on that one. He get lucky in that one. And that's everything fucking people want to talk about. Yeah. Nobody wants to talk about the fucking dime he hit Ayuk 3 plays later within the end zone.
No, yeah.
Or all the other shit he did. But
Purdy's top 10 quarterback in the league.
He just got fucking lucky.
And any team this was the main conversation in that chat. Coho thinks Purdy is garbage.
I don't think he's garbage. Just don't think he's that good.
You literally said of the list of people, you said Kirk Cousins better than Purdy. That's
stupid. No, I 100% do. And the 49ers, if they lose the Super Bowl, are going to get Kirk Cousins.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Shanahan fucking loves that guy. They will go get Cousins. They will do whatever it takes to get Kirk Cousins next year if Purdy loses the Super Bowl.
You're telling me they're going to bench Purdy next year?
Yes, if Purdy costs them the Super Bowl, it's happening.
Hey, can somebody answer? Hey, I need somebody to call me.
Hey, Cody?
Yeah. Hey, listen. So Brock Purdy can get a contract extension. I think it's coming up, right? He'll probably have to. They have Fred Warner, Trent Williams, CMC, Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, Greenlaw. Is that your guys's?
Bosa, Greenlaw.
Bosa, Chase Young. Okay, I've named almost 10 people. Did you know there's a salary cap in the NFL? You're not going to pay $40 million to Brock Purdy and $40 million or more to Kirk Cousins. You're not going to put $80 million in your quarterback room. It's not happening.
They're probably not going to pay Purdy. That's what I'm saying. They won't pay Purdy.
This is the thing. This is the thing, Coho. Purdy, it's on the second year. Purdy is in the second year of a rookie contract that pays him less than $1 million a year.
I agree. So you don't have to start him next year.
We will not hire no one until that contract runs out.
Coho,
We have to pay everybody else.
Coho, let me
I'm
ask you
just
something.
saying, don't be shocked if Kirk Cousins is in red and gold next year and you're trying to win a Super Bowl.
Will
with Kirk
he
Cousins.
work for peanuts?
He will take all the money you have because Shanahan will give it to him.
I mean, he's coming off that Achilles. You know, he may be willing to do that.
True.
Coho, let me ask you something. If they lose, do you think they trade Purdy?
I don't know if they trade him. They'll just let him sit a year.
Then how are they going to have the money?
What I'm saying is I
Yeah, you're
guarantee you Kirk will take a little bit less to play for a team that he'll win a Super Bowl on. And with a coach that he loves.
Did you see the contract that Kirk Cousins got from the Vikings?
Yeah, from us when he was like, this is where I'm spending the next 8 years and possibly last part of my career here. If he's going for a 1, maybe 2 years in San Francisco with the promise of a Super Bowl with a coach he loves, with a team that stacked,
He's
that they
got a
he'll take
family. He's got a family that he wants to have settled down.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
has the
getting
Netflix
a
money.
1-year
He's okay.
contract.
Bro, what he's saying, he's
How old is
saying
Kirk?
Kirk Cousins is in
Kirk's
the
34,
Peyton Manning, Brett Favre stage of their careers when they will just go somewhere to try to win one, like fucking Brady going to the Tampa Bay Bucks, shit like that.
Yeah,
But
he's
like,
in that stage.
so here's the crazy thing, guys. So Kirk Cousins, that's delusional. That's
No, he's gonna go. Kirk Cousins is going to Denver.
You're in Delulu land.
He'll go to Atlanta before he goes.
Seattle, Denver,
Atlanta,
I'm saying
yeah.
if the 49ers lose,
Atlanta.
Kirk Cousins is a real option. Is that they're going to
Washington.
Giants.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't go to one of those teams first. If the 49ers win, he's not going to the 49ers. But if
Tennessee.
the 49ers lose, I would not be surprised at all that they are going
What?
after Kirk Cousins.
Stop selling me your trash, Coho.
I don't want you to
Nice.
take my trash. I'm
Actually,
just
Mark,
saying it'll
I think
happen.
that-
What did Mark say?
Mark said Tennessee, and I actually think that's a great
Tennessee?
idea.
Tennessee could happen.
What about Will?
They saw that. They saw that. Everybody saw that. That man's gonna go back to putting mayonnaise in his coffee somewhere else. He ain't. Nope. If you look at the contract status of the 49ers, they do have a lot of people already locked into contracts for a good long while. But that's disgusting amount of money they have to.
The one that's coming up is Ayuk. So
Yeah.
we actually might lose Ayuk, so which sucks, but we'll see.
I know there's an arrow that would love to go grab at you. Like, that's disgusting.
Ew. They're getting Mike Evans anyway.
They'll get somebody. They're getting somebody. Patrick Mahomes is going to say, take $100 million off my contract, sign it to me in a check, and just go sign me, give me fucking receivers tomorrow, and get Chris Jones. Yeah, so but overall, Dan Campbell, that's a crazy conversation. But, like, Dean Campbell at least was honest in his post game. Like, we may not get back here. Like, this is a hard thing to get to. Blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, why the fuck you play so fucking reckless?
Thank you.
Like, you know how hard it is. Why are you just fucking piss down your leg? It's like the Bills going for it on 4th and 5 with a fucking punt. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Like, no.
Sometimes I think that is actually what happens also to Shanahan. Like, people want to get fucking cute in the playoffs. Like, just because the fucking Saints did an onside kick in to start the second half of a Super Bowl a million years ago and it worked. You don't have to do that shit. Just go to basics. Like, always Shanahan starts doing the fucking shit that nobody gets why he's trying in the first half of games. And when everything goes to shit, he starts the second half like, well, let's do what fucking got us here. Boom, 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 3 fucking touchdowns. Like, I don't understand that mentality, but I think it's the same. Like, somebody told Dan Campbell at some point, hey, you went for 4 on it and a 4th down and you got it. That shit was great. You should do that more. And he was like, yeah, I'm never going to stop. Dude, at some point you should stop.
It's my favorite play. My favorite Super Bowl story is Tony Dungy before the play against Chicago, and he tells them all like week and a half long, we are not kicking it to Devin Hester. We're kicking it straight through the end zone. That's the play. Don't do anything different. The day of the game, he said, "Hey, we're going to kick it to Hester," and they're like, "Sure." Hester takes it back for a touchdown, like the very first play.
To
Fucker,
open the game.
what the fuck is your problem? Like, yeah, all I want from this game is a good Super Bowl. I want a good one. I have a feeling it's going to be a defensive Super Bowl. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring. That's just my belief.
As long as it's not as fucking boring as that Rams fucking
Patriots.
Me and Brady's last one in New England.
That was fucking.
God, that
painful.
one's fucking terrible.
That was painful.
Okay. So, I guess we need to decide how we're going to do this draft order.
Oh wait, I know we're doing the final picks next week, but fuck it. I want everybody to see this shit. Boom! Fuck all of you. I'm here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting going into next week. Give some people some food for thought because we will not determine. But everybody's max points at the end of it. I have a 6-pointer remaining. Nazario has a 10-pointer remaining. Scully has an 11-pointer. Mark has a 3-pointer. So as long as Scully picks the wrong one, you have a shot to not be last. Robert has 8 and Coho has 11. So what I'm pretty sure is going to happen, again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I wouldn't be surprised if the number one is just going to be decided because how many points does Coho have right now?
53. The most I can hit is 64.
And then what's mine at?
You are
54.
You were 58.
55.
Yeah, 58.
And I have a 6-pointer. Okay. So we would be tied.
If we both
Okay.
hit 6.
Yeah, if we both hit. Because what's going to basically happen, everybody else is whatever they're going to do. It's Nazario for his full points. Coho's going to put it on the Chiefs, and then I'm going to also probably rock the Chiefs. So there's no mystery behind that.
We're going to be, me and you will at best be tied.
Yeah. So
Fuck both of you then.
yeah, fuck the 49ers. But you got to fight for your right to party. Okay. So I guess we're gonna do a magic hat. I'm gonna have Nazario.
Shit. Do you have it or not?
No, I'm making you do it.
Oh fuck!
You're the producer, man. You're the
I
producer.
haven't done the magic hat in forever. Give me a second.
We didn't want to talk about Arthur Smith at all.
Oh, Arthur Smith is the new offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Couldn't be worse than the last guy.
I was about to say, can't be worse than Matt Canada.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very sure.
Very much.
The offense wasn't the problem.
They got rid of a guy who didn't utilize their best options, and then they hired Arthur Smith. What's that all about? God, I wish Robert was here. He's set you all straight.
I don't think Arthur Smith drafted those guys. I don't think he was just giving them. He didn't like them. He definitely didn't like Drake London. I'll tell you right now. He fucking hates Drake London.
See how much he loves Pat Fryermuth next season. I'll tell you that much.
So this is for what? The order we're gonna pick?
He's gonna yes.
Okay.
And Barr gets his own team because Barr will be joining them the show next year.
What do we do with the people not here? Do they get to pick? No.
They can listen if they would like to. We will draft everybody and we will send it in the chat, and then they can draft from the remaining pool of players that are not there and see if they can compete. If they don't show up, they can't. I've made this clear what we were doing.
So while you're doing that, let me talk about why I'm not excited for Vic Fangio.
Yeah, that's really stupid of you.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
How good was the Dolphins' defense, actually? Even at full steam.
It's not that. It's who was on the defense.
Chubb, Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
What
What year is this, Bar? What year is this bar?
2024.
Jalen Ramsey's name doesn't have the same effect. It's not like
Yeah, but Chubb and
Terrell-
Xavier Howard's do.
he was injured most of the season,
Chubb?
torn his ACL for the playoffs.
Yeah, he tore it before the playoffs, but that was maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the playoffs? Also,
Yeah. You have Chubb, you have Xavier Howard, and you have Russell. You have why do you have names?
Jalen
There's not
Ramsey.
7 of us.
Wait, you said put everybody, and I put Scully and fucking.
Well,
Kessler.
okay, but everybody that's here, those people will just draft off the pool that is here, that are not here.
Yeah.
Or they can
Right.
join the team.
I'll take them off.
But I'm saying it's like, hey, can you name another defensive piece besides those 3 big ones? No. They don't have a great defense. They never have.
Cool. Look at his time with the Detroit.
Look at his time with the fucking Niners. We're great.
Cool.
Or Denver.
That was how long ago was that?
12 years.
Thank you.
Your young
Also-
core of defense, I would be very excited about Vic Fangio. I think everybody would want Vic.
Did you see how excited the Dolphins players were to get rid of him?
Yeah, because that's a young, hip locker room that's probably just pissed off that he's making them bust their asses.
And how young do you think the Eagles defense is?
Yeah, but I think Nick Sirianni is not a big pushover like Mike McDaniel is.
But Vic Fangio has a similar kind of aggression to Matt Patricia.
I think the Dolphins are just a bunch of pussies that don't know how to play real football. They just like their fancy offense shit.
Okay. Do we want to add a tight end to this or no?
Yes.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah.
Sure.
It's only 5
Okay.
of us.
So
Everybody
the person out of the shut the fuck up, Mark. Do not talk back to me like that, damn you. The first person out of the hat will decide where they want to draft. It'll be Snake.
Cool.
So we'll be back and forth, okay? So first person out of the hat is
Fuck.
Lord. Where do you want to draft? You probably didn't study for this either. So
No, I didn't. I'll go. So let's see. So
Jesus Christ.
I'll go last.
Okay. I'm keeping track of this, so 1, 2.
Okay. So next person.
Yep.
Boom. Dang.
You want number 1?
Dumbass.
You know who I'm Jason number 3.
Kirk Cousins.
Hell yeah. Give me 3.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. You want 2 or 4?
Do 2.
just for fun. Boom.
Who's in there?
No, just like my luck on the show. Okay. Okay, Coho, you're on the clock. You got to draft a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a tight end. Where are you going first?
It's not a surprise. He's going to be huge next year. Give me Justin Jefferson. He's going to have the best comeback. And
Who's throwing to him if Kirk Cousins and
We'll find out.
Chuck Phelps.
Jaden Daniels. Let's go.
he's going to New England.
We'll trade up
Mark.
to the number 2. Let's go.
You know, we just won't overthink this one. Just give me Tyreek Hill. Yeah, just make it simple.
Okay. Nazario.
McCaffrey.
You still think Purdy should be MVP, though, right? You've already taken McCaffrey in this moment.
Say again?
I was saying he still thinks Purdy should be MVP, though, if he's taking McCaffrey in this moment, right?
Of course. CMC has to be the MVP.
Okay.
I told you that. Like,
At
well,
least you're a reasonable Niners fan.
I'm going to take Amon St. Brown.
I'm gonna take Jahmyr Gibbs, and then I'll take. Screw it. I'll do this early. I'll take Josh Allen.
Fuck.
How deep is this going? Like, what are we? Quarterback.
Quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receiver, tight end. Um, hold on. Oh God, sorry everybody. I'm terrible at this. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to take CD Lamb. I haven't figured out if somebody dies or gets injuries, so you're fucked. So if you pick old, deal with your problems.
Yo, Burrow.
Okay. Over. Okay. Oh. Joey B. Mark.
You know what? Ooh. Not sick with this. He'll have a bounce back. Give me Jamar Chase.
Okay. Coho. Back to back.
Cool. So a lot of incredible options that are here that I was not anticipating being here by the next time I got around. So I'm gonna do. Give me ETN from the Jaguars for the running back. And then give me Pat Mahomes.
You want ETN his father or like him?
ETN Jr.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
And you want Mahomes?
Yeah, I'll take Mahomes.
Okay. Mark.
Well, since he doesn't have this asshole holding him back anymore, give me Bijan Robinson.
Sorry. He's about to go make someone in Pittsburgh really upset.
Yeah, sorry. They pick up Najee Harris and he fucking just... All right, you're benched. Sorry, buddy. Who's next? Nazario.
Me. I'll take Mike Evans.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take Kenneth Walker.
Damn it. That changes things here.
Yeah.
Give me Puka Nakua. And James Cook.
Would like to thank you. Motherfucker just load. Okay. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Achan.
Damn it. Hoping he fell a little bit further.
Nazario. Please don't do that ever again.
Okay, I need this. Okay, I have faith. Give me Cooper Cup.
All right.
If you could turn your receiving core, if they could turn back time. Mark.
It's real easy. Give me Brees Hall.
Who?
Jets running back. Brees Hall.
Oh, Bryce Hall.
Brees Hall. Whatever.
No.
English is your second language. Don't correct us.
You still have Nathaniel Hackett as their OC, right?
As of right now. But they'll have Rodgers, hopefully, for at least a couple snaps.
What is this time? Okay. I will go with Isaiah Pacheco. And then I will take. See, I would take this one, but I don't know if he's actually going to be here. I will go with T.J. Hawkinson.
Are you going to start the season next year?
Yes, he'll be back.
What the fuck is that?
I think Kelsey's going to retire, so I don't know.
But even if we did the top tight ends of the league,
Top 3 easy in the league. Top 3 tight end in the league easy on production. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would actually kind of agree with Coho here.
returning from an ACL,
Yes, he will be completely fine. He will be fine.
is Andrews, Kittle, and
Andrews came back from a knee injury.
Kelsey done? Are they not playing anymore?
I think
and
Kelsey's retiring. is
Because
what I said.
Laporta doesn't play anymore either? That's okay, whatever.
I think Hawkinson is eating Laporta's lunch.
You're so stupid. You're so dumb.
He is. He's amazing. Hawkinson's an all-timer.
Because he's on your team. That's the
He was an
whole reason.
all-timer in Detroit, too.
Oh, my God. The reason they get rid of him.
The reason they got rid of him is because we gave him a lot of picks.
Well, that also and the pay, the cap.
That's it. They can't afford it.
Okay. You know, he's not my pick, but I just must have missed this. Was Evan Ingram really the second best tight end in fantasy last year? What
Yes,
was that?
he was.
Fucking
Well,
stupid.
if you want to talk about the bum that is that quarterback.
Well, anyway, here's who the first tight end off the board should have been. Give me Sam Laporta.
Yeah. Crazy. Wow.
So if Travis Kelsey does indeed retire, which is not going to happen, do we get to redraft?
You'll get a repick of that, but you'll have everybody left.
Sure. His third Super Bowl win. And
And he
top
is going to
five, like every tight end stat.
He has said that he has said publicly that he wants to play out his contract and he would like 4 Super Bowls. So
Right, but he also said he would retire with his brother.
he never said that.
Yes, they did. They've talked about it on their podcast for 2 years now.
Which
They
is why
did not.
Ethan Kelsey's coming back this season.
They have never said they're going out together.
They
That is
literally
the
talked about
rumor.
That's what they would like is to go out together on the podcast.
No, they have never said that.
I just
they've
listened to
never-
Travis say it on the fucking podcast.
I literally watched last
No.
week's episode. They did not say that.
I was going to make a joke, but you guys took it seriously, and I don't care anymore. So George Kittle, please.
Oh, man. Meant to take him. Whoops.
It really, yeah. So yeah, I have to take it here. Is Zach Ertz still available? I'm going Travis Kelce.
Do you know that his name is pronounced Kels?
Kelsey. Yeah. But Jason basically says, "You ain't call me Kelsey."
Yeah, because like they asked their dad, and their dad's like, "Well, I got tired of fucking correcting people." So
So, do I want to take the obvious one, or do I want to take the one that actually is a surprise?
I have no fucking idea what you're doing, man.
I'm between Mark Andrews and Evan Ingram.
What the?
That is a decision.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because I think that what's the name of the Sunshine on the Jaguars?
Trevor Lawrence.
Thank you, Trevor Lawrence. I think he trusts Ingram almost more than anyone else on that receiving core. You know what? Yeah, no, I'm going to go with Mark Andrews. And then for my last pick, it's my last pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go DJ Moore.
You know, you did pick Tom Brady to come back, so for a second there, I thought you were considering Jason Witten.
My bold pick for the next season with my quarterback, MVP next year, Jordan Love.
Ooh.
Taking Love.
Scared me for a second.
Last pick.
Ayuk.
Nick fucking Chubb.
Oh.
Okay.
Does his knee still work?
It will.
They got it bent in the right way.
I talked to him this morning. It will work.
I have 17,000 sources.
He told me there's a chance.
It was once a question mark, but now it's closer to a straight line. He's actually just going to pay the offseason for the player that hit him to hit him from the other side of it. Of course, correction.
Upgraded to a comma. All right.
Yeah.
As long as it's not an exclamation point.
All right, Mark, your quarterback. Who is it?
Okay.
You get your pick of the lot because I literally took Love, and there are some big ones left.
Yeah.
Give me T.J. Hawkinson. He's the best part of the league. Is so good. He just plays for the Minnesota Vikings and doesn't know who's throwing him the ball. He picked two offensive people that don't have a quarterback currently.
You know,
Josh Dobbs signed to an extension, 4 years, $35 million a year.
You know, much I like to do something as hilarious as take Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I'll just take C.J. Stroud.
That's okay.
You'll take who?
C.J. Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
I'm kind of surprised Cody didn't take Stroud.
That's who I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
No, I believe.
Not surprised nobody took Caleb Williams.
I believe he's the. Who's your receiver? Addison.
Bonus.
I'm going to take Jalen Waddle.
Who?
Jalen Waddle.
That's a mistake.
Waddle.
Made that mistake last year.
So on the thing.
Hey, remember when everybody made fun of me for trading Tyreek for Waddle and I think it was Nakua? I don't remember what the fuck was. And then I won the fantasy league. Good shit.
Fantasy doesn't make sense. Mark says this all the time. Coho has Mahomes, ETN, Pacheco, Justin Jefferson, Waddle, and Hawkinson, the first tight end off the board. Mark has CJ Stroud, Bijan Robinson, Bryce Hall, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Laporta. VHS has Joey B, CMC, Chubb, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Kittle. Basically knee injury. We can call your whole team knee injury. I have Jordan Love, Kenneth Walker, Achane, St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Travis Kelce. Then Voldemort has Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Puka Nacua, DJ Moore, and Mark Andrews, Scully, and then we'll draft separately on that. Again, this was a shorter kind of episode. We didn't have a ton to talk about overall. But next week we will have whole Super Bowl coverage. We'll talk about everything, our preps, our picks, wrapping up the season for ourselves. Because we'll be off till draft time, probably. We will do the first round. We'll probably all hop on call.
Wait. If the Niners win, we can do a recap.
Why?
Sure.
None of us will be here. It will. Let me tell you. Okay, if Nazario and the 49ers win the Super Bowl, there will be a Hit Stick podcast. It will be episode 23, where 24, where he will sit on call and talk about the Niners. We will not be here for that. We will be here live for the first round of the draft. That's what my plan is. We will watch the draft together and be like, "What? Can you believe that? Holy crap!" TJ
Shit, I'm
Hawkins
gonna have
just
to
got
watch fucking
traded.
college football.
So yeah, Scully, our draft expert, will hopefully be available because he's been doing mock drafts since October. Because that's all the Bears fans get to root for. We will see you next week for the big game.
Bye-bye.